Hey everyone. All right, in this video, let's talk about earthquakes at Disneyland and the impact. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is I live in Southern California, okay? As most of you know, I live in Southern California, and the past few days have been crazy here. Absolutely crazy. So as you know, on 4th of July, Ridgecrest, which is about, I think like 120 miles or so away from Los Angeles, they had like a 6.6 earthquake on 4th of July, and I felt that one, and it was a good size shaker. Then last night around like 8:30 p.m. we had an even bigger one, and that one was intense. Even living over 100 miles away from the epicenter, I felt it really strong here where I'm at, okay? These earthquakes, I'm telling you, it's incredible. It's crazy. And my heart goes out, and my thoughts, my prayers go out to everyone in the Ridgecrest area. I can't even imagine what you guys are going through right now. Be strong, be safe. So yeah, just stay safe, guys. Be really cautious and aware the past few days when these aftershocks are going on. But I really wanted to address the issue of earthquakes at Disneyland. Okay, now in terms of like earthquakes, when it comes to a lot of the stuff at Disneyland Resort, I'm not too concerned. Like California Adventure, Downtown Disney, the Grand Californian, I'm not too concerned about damage at these locations. Why? Well, because these are all newer structures. You know, California Adventure, the Grand Californian, Downtown Disney, these were all built in like the early 2000s. It wasn't that long ago. You know, earthquake codes were pretty good back then. You know, it's still fairly recently, especially at California Adventure. I mean, they basically bulldozed that entire park in 2012 and rebuilt it. So everything at California Adventure is basically brand new, up to code and current, and I'm not concerned. I am confident that that park could withstand a pretty significant earthquake. Now, my concern comes with Disneyland. Disneyland is an older park, okay? It was made in 1955. And as far as I know, and I could be wrong on this, and if you guys know, I want you to comment below and let me know, correct me. But as far as I know, a lot of these structures have not been like updated, like, you know, like retrofitted since they were built. You know, there's a lot of things at Disneyland that really concern me. Now, the castle is one of them. I know it recently went through, like a mostly cosmetic renovation. You know, they replaced the rooftops and they repainted it, and that looks great, and I love it, and it looks nice. But have they ever, since the castle was built, really gone into the foundation and brought the castle up to code in terms of earthquakes? Now, I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm being honest with you, but it doesn't seem like they have. It seems like every time it gets behind a tarp, it's just to repaint it or some cosmetic reason. I don't remember any major construction happening around the castle. That worries me. You know, this castle has been with us since 1955. This is Walt's baby, right? This castle, this one that we have right now, is the one that Walt built. And that means a lot to me and fans. And, you know, it's not just a Disney icon. The Sleeping Beauty's castle is an American icon. It's an American treasure, and we should protect it. And I just really hope that they've retrofitted this castle up to code, because I'm sorry, 1955 was a long time ago, and I hope they've done some earthquake coding since then, because it does concern me. Another major thing I'm worried about with Disneyland are the monorail beams. Have they ever been retrofitted for earthquakes, like in recent era? I know they did some work or moving the beams, I believe, when California Adventure came about, but that was only like one stretch of the beam. There's a lot more, all that zigzag and knot all around Disneyland and over Tomorrowland. What about all that track? Has any of it been retrofitted recently? As far as I know, this track has really not been touched since 1959 when it was built. That's very concerning to me. Very concerning to me. And again, I'm not a structural engineer. I'm not. But I know what I see, and I know I haven't seen any construction, so they haven't done anything to it, and it worries me. So in terms of earthquakes hitting Disneyland, it really does concern me. We have a lot of treasures, a lot of icons in that park that are really old, really, they're aging and they've been around for a long time. And as far as I know, they haven't been, retrofitted recently, at least, for earthquakes. It really does concern me. So, these are things that really do cross my mind. We have these earthquakes in California, like we did yesterday, last night, or the day before, and 4th of July. We have all these earthquakes, and it really does remind you that we're vulnerable, right? And that these structures, you have a big enough earthquake close enough, and it can do a lot of damage. And it concerns me because I love this park. I love Disneyland. It's part of who I am. It's something that really does mean a lot to me, and I want it to stand the test of time. And I really hope Disney goes in there and retrofits these icons and really makes sure that they last for generations and generations and generations. Now, I'm sure Disneyland has earthquake insurance. Okay, this is $1 billion transnational corporation. They can afford to build a new Sleeping Beauty's castle. They can afford to build a new monorail beam. But that's really not the point, though. Do you really want them to rebuild Sleeping Beauty's castle? I don't. I want the one that came with the park when it opened in 1955. I think most people do. So I just hope that these structures are being taken care of, not just cosmetically, but internally with retrofitting and what have you. But what are your thoughts on this, you guys? What are your thoughts? What are your concerns? What are your feelings about earthquakes at Disneyland? What are some aspects of the park that you're concerned about? What do you think about my opinion? Is my concern warranted? Is it not warranted? Do you feel like I'm being maybe overreacting, or maybe not even reacting enough? What are your thoughts about this? I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, I do content on Disney parks all the time. And as always, have a magical day.